Today I'm going to show you how to take the seat out of a car. Now most cars, the seat is bolted to the floor with bolts at the front and the rear end. This Citroen is an example. There's the bolts that hold in the rear end of the seat slider. Slide the seat back. You can see that there are bolts at the front end holding it to a cross member. So first thing we need to do is move the seat as far forward as it'll go, and you can see also here there's a seat belt anchorage point, and simply undo it and lift the seat belt anchorage away. I'm going to put the bolt back in the hole just so it doesn't go missing. Now remove the bolts at the back end of the runners. Having got the bolts out, you need to tip the seat forwards. In this car, pull it back a little to unhook at the front, but also you need to disconnect whatever electrics are connected in the seat. I suggest putting the seat back on its runners so the runners are roughly central. In this instance, you need to move the seat slightly backwards to disengage the hooks at the front, like so. Just double check that you've disconnected the electrics okay. You may find that it's necessary to move the steering wheel out of the way. I'm pushing it up and forwards as far as it'll go. It just makes life a shade easier. This is a good opportunity to vacuum and clean. So here we go, I'm going to put the seat back into the car now. Have the seat on its side, put it back in, headrest first. Drop the seat roughly into position, make the electrical block connection, and manoeuvre the seat into place to be able to drop the hooks on the frame into place in the rails in the floor. There are two pins at the rear that drop into locators as well, so it should be that that's straight into position now, just like that. Now that I've got that back, put the seat as far forward on its rails as it'll go. With the seat as far forward as it'll go on its rails, with the hooks in at the front, there are two locator pins on the rear that drop into place, and then your two Torx bolts should just drop straight in. You can get them in by hand for about 4 or 5 turns, but then you'll find you need to use the handle. Now when you get these down tight like this, they should be done up to 30 Newton meters if you've got a torque wrench. Don't go doing them up mega tight. They are high tensile bolts, but they don't need to be mega tight. 30 Newton meters. So you'll see that I'm only doing these up with a short ratchet handle. I'm not using a long one because I don't want to put too much torque on them. Don't forget to connect the seat belt back to the seat. On the bracket here there's a little fir tree which pushes into one of the holes in there to hold it into place whilst you put the bolt back in. In this instance you can get the bolt tightened down by hand, by finger, most of the way. Access is a little awkward even with the seat as far forward as it'll go, which is why I'm using a double extension. Again, about 30 Newton meters is about right. 30 Newton meters, which is 40 pound-feet. Don't forget folks to adjust your seat to the right position fore and aft, and also don't forget that early on in the video and the process we moved the steering wheel as far up and forward as it would go, so don't forget to readjust that for your preferred driving position.